Now, Daniel, if I'm not mistaken, you've got some injuries at wide receiver that could be an issue for you, and not a whole lot of teams make a living on running against the Tide. Of course, when you can run it from the quarterback position, that's a bit of a wild card factor, and you've got that in your favor. But can you address the passing game and the injuries possibly at wide receiver?
Well, we have injuries against UMass. Donald Gray, our senior wide receiver, probably the best wide receiver on our team, I'd be tempted to say, from Memphis, went to Copialan Community College. He was out for the UMass game. Keith Mixon, who's an under-the-radar wide receiver but has played some key roles in our team this season, he was out for the UMass game. Same with Gabe Miles, who's a senior wide receiver from Starkville. Gabe Miles is just a big question mark. We're not sure I'm not sure at least what's up with him. I remember he tweeted some somewhat cryptic thing about last week saying, "I hope I'm not out for the season," or something along those lines, but I'm not sure the status of Gabe Miles. Those are three of our best wide receivers right there. Now, Keith Mixon and Donald Gray were both out for the UMass game on precautionary measures. So I think there's a pretty solid chance they could be back before Alabama, and that's extremely important for those two guys to be back for the Alabama game, because they are playing vital roles in our offense. Now, even though we have those injuries, we have some pretty good guys backing them up, guys like Dedrick Thomas and Farrod Green. As examples, they have had significant impacts on the team. Dedrick Thomas had a really good game against UMass, had a punt return touchdown, which had been one of Donald Gray's positions all year. So having a guy to replace Donald Gray in the return game is extremely important. In addition, we have guys like Jesse Jackson. I like to call him the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Obviously, he's not that, but I just like to say that as a joke. But yeah, I think those wide receivers have a good chance of coming back for this game. I think they were just out for precautionary measures, against UMass. So it would be extremely important for them to be back against Alabama, and I think there's a good chance.
And considering Jesse Jackson's probably all of 20 years old, his parents should have known that that could possibly be tagged on him at some point in his life. So I think they possibly opened themselves up to that, but nothing wrong with that. The Reverend Jesse Jackson with 20 receptions this season. Donald Gray questionable for this week at 24 catches. He's had much more prolific years there in Starkville in the past.